In this video, I'm going to guide you through a way to prepare for the foot washing service. For the background of the service, please read the introductory words for the liturgy. But in order to worship through any liturgy, preparation is needed. This is especially true for the foot washing service. We want our focus to be completely on Jesus. We want to enter into that intimate upper room where Jesus modeled servant leadership and expressed his love for his followers. It would be very hard for us to do this if we're running around trying to grab items that we're going to need for the actual foot washing. So there are some things that we need to collect beforehand. So if you're doing the foot washing, you're going to need at least 2 bath towels. So one is going to be going under a large bowl so that you don't get the floor wet and risk slipping. But the other one's going to be used for drying people's feet. So you're going to need at least 2 bath towels. You're going to need a large bowl. We've used a big salad bowl here in our house, but the bigger the better, whatever is suitable for the purpose. And you're going to need a pitcher of warm water or some kind of container. We used a mason jar because we didn't have a pitcher. So if you're going to be doing foot washing, those are the items you need to collect beforehand. If you're going to be doing hand washing, I would recommend that you do this over a sink with running water just for cleanliness. Use soap and have at least 2 hand towels on hand. If you want to, you can use a salad bowl and a pitcher of warm water, but do not put your hands in the water. Just let the water pour over your hands. And then the person doing that can dry them. One of the ways that we need to prepare for the foot washing ceremony is to create an environment for worship. So make sure that the screens are off, turn off, the radio, turn off the TVs, put the phones away. It may be helpful for you to have some worshipful music in the background. It may not. That's up to you. Try to dim the lighting a bit. If you have candles, light them. And prepare the items that you need in advance. So have a chair ready with the bowl and the towel down before you even start. Also, the liturgy that's provided, read it over in advance, become familiar with it, and have the Bible ready and open to John 13. The foot washing ceremony is one of great intimacy, and it's best done when we prepare adequately for it. So in the next part of the video, I'm going to model what it would be like to share the message with children. In order for this to be a meaningful ritual for you to do with your family, I don't want you to watch a video. I want you to have a conversation and explain why it is you're doing what you're doing. So go to John chapter 13 and read the story. Become very familiar with it. You're going to want to highlight a few things. The main one is that this is the manner in which Jesus wanted to show the full extent of his love. How? By washing their feet. Now this is something a servant would normally do. Apparently there was none present, and nobody in the room wanted to wash the other people's feet. And so everyone was really surprised when Jesus came out with a towel wrapped around his waist and was ready to do it. Now, why is this such a big deal? Well, for Jesus and his disciples, it was a practical need to have clean feet. Why? Because sandals, dust, and donkeys make for a very smelly problem that would likely kill any appetite. So Jesus washes their feet from the dirt and dust of the road so that they could share a meal together. All right? A meal is not just eating together, it's connecting with one another. It's sharing life with one another. By cleaning his disciples' feet, Jesus enabled a time of friendship with his disciples, and he says that what he has done for them, so they should do for one another. They are to follow his example by serving one another in love, by meeting one another's needs so that they may enjoy life together. It is this practical expression of love that allows Jesus to share his life with his disciples. Now, my kids were fascinated about the whole foot washing thing, but one of the things that, Colin especially was saying, why did Jesus say to Peter that if I couldn't wash you, then you'd have no part with me? I thought that was a great question. In order for us to have a relationship with Jesus, we need to acknowledge our need for his grace and for his cleansing. It's what he did at Maundy Thursday. It's what he does on the cross. He takes care of our practical needs so that we can enter into life with Him. So know the story, engage with your family, have a conversation, and do this before you actually enter into the liturgy. So next, I'd like to show you how the foot washing ceremony is done. Okay, so this should be nice and warm. Okay. So you pour the water over your feet. That's really hot. Is it too hot? No. Okay, and then we'll take your feet, you put them in the towel.
I did?
Yeah, and I'll dry them off.
Well, that's kind of like what Mary did in the store.
Did she wash her feet too?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
Do you want to wash your feet, Colin? Just sit up here on the bench.
I'll put some water on.
Yeah.
It would be very nice if it was cold water. I don't think he's gonna like it.
Put your foot in there. See, is that too warm? Or is that good? Yeah.
I know.
Do you want to try to dry it?
Hey.
Okay. You put your foot in the towel there, Colin. Ooh.
Oopsie.
Do you want to get your feet washed, Drew?
I'll do.
And we'll put your pantyhose there.
I put mine up.
Okay. Then put your feet in the bowl.
Okay, do the towel. You are the Messiah, the one.
Remember that love is both giving and receiving, so it's very meaningful to let your kids wash your feet too. They boned it. All right.
Pour water. Woo. Too hot.